have you played on every single stage that you'd like to? Is there any other stage that you think, you know what, I've not played in that stage, I'd love to do that one day?
There's one. I haven't done the Hollywood Bowl.
Is that in Hollywood?
Yeah, and that's like a big one there, you know?
What is that?
It's just like one of those classic open air venues.
Okay.
That, you know, a big stage. That's the only one, but...
Why there? Who played there that you saw and you thought, you know, I'd love to do that?
I haven't seen anyone, but, you know, it's like one of those, like the biggest stages or the main stages that I wanted to hit were Wembley Stadium, Staples Center, Madison Square Garden, you know?
You've done all those?
And I've done those.
Amazing. Okay.
And so Hollywood Bowl was this other... I can't actually off the top of my head think of a classic gig that was there, but it's just one of those venues where you just like want to tick that off my list, you know?
What is the most people you performed in front of?
Rock in Rio with Rihanna was, I think, 160,000 people.
Jeez!
Can you imagine? It's crazy, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it? Imagine, I can't imagine what 160,000 people look like.
To be honest, it's not. It all looks the
like
same after. I feel like after 20k, it all looks the same because you're just like there's just a lot of people and you can't see them anyways, you know?
Wow.
Because it's dark. So.
Have you done a Glastonbury?
Yeah, I've done Glastonbury like 4 times or something like that.
Look at this. The way you say this blase.
But no, but I haven't done Pyramid Stage ever.
Oh, okay.
So
who did you do Glastonbury with?
I did it with the Bugs in the Attic my first year. And then I did it with Jessie J a couple of times.
Okay, all right, cool. Drink up.
Oh my gosh. You know, I haven't had breakfast.
Have you not?
No.
You know, I want to get Hannah.
Right, and I'm a lightweight anyway, so this is going to be hilarious.
We got the brandy out. I'm going to get Hannah V drunk.
So maybe this video might not come online. Let's see what happens.
Hannah V's gonna, okay, do me a favor. Just down that one.
I'm not downing nothing. I can't, babes. You don't understand.
Right, just down one. Just down one. Down that one.
Because I'm actually a lightweight.
I want to get Hannah V drunk so she staggers out the door. That's going to be hilarious. What's that tattoo? I knew you got a tattoo there. What's that?
21. So
what does that mean?
I've got the script 21 on my left hand, and it's my family's lucky number.
Why?
Mom's birthday 21st, Sam's birthday 21st, my brother Joe's birthday 21st, my sister, my dad's first job, my dad's first car.
Your dad's first car, what?
He got it on the 21st, you know?
What?
So like loads of things.
He was 21 or he got...
No, on the 21st.
Okay.
Like things like that. All the time things happen to us on the 21st. I signed my first deal on the 21st.
Really?
All the time. Lukan, like every month something happens to us on the 21st. It's crazy, and so it's just our lucky number. It's kind of cool, isn't it?
And you decided to release this EP on the 5th.
Listen, yes. So whatever, okay? You can't, because you can't pre-plan the 21st thing. That's the thing. It just happens when it happens.
What day would the 21st have landed on this month?
It was a Friday.
It was a Saturday of July and it was a Friday of June.
Yeah.
So you released it on the Friday.
So we did the instant grat on the 21st.
Did you want to release it on the 21st?
I always want to do everything on the 21st.
Okay.
But then, you know, like life happens and you have to move stuff a couple.
So the intention was that you release it on the 21st, but it never happened. Okay.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Life happens. But it's out now.
It's out now.
How many tracks are on it?
6 tracks, even though one is an intro, so one's a short one and one's an interlude. But yeah, 6 tracks.
Okay. So we're going to go into the 6 tracks in a minute. We're going to play 3 tracks. We're going to play 2 more. We've already played 1. We played No Limit.
Yes.
With Shiesty and Pepper Rose.
Yes.
The last time we spoke, you introduced me effectively to Pepper Rose because I hadn't heard of Pepper Rose before. And obviously, majority of people will know who Shiesty is because she's been around for a long time. I have said, and I'll put it on the record, that even though I'm a massive Shiesty fan, I find her sound a little bit old school, or maybe. And I said it to you before. I don't know if dated is the right word, but it's kind of it doesn't really carry into today's music. But on this track, she sounds amazing.
She sounds amazing.
So is this down to you, furthermore? Have you made Shiesty? Have you given her comeback?
Man. Listen.
Does she owe you everything? Shiesty, listen, you owe everything to Hannah V.
Oh, my God.
She's made you.
Please. Shiesty's a legend, man.
I know.
And for me to even get her in the studio, it took years, Lukan.
Yeah. So talk about it, because I remember you saying.
So basically, I think I saw a freestyle or something of her.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this chick is crazy. I have to work with her. Work with her. So I just started DMing her on Twitter, on Insta, whatever, you know. And, you know, like once every 3 months. And she was really sweet. She always got back. And she's like, sure, send some beats. And I'd send beats. And she's like, nothing on there for me, babes. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah, straight.
Was she a little bit harsh?
No.
Oh.
Not harsh. She's just honest. And I appreciate that, you know. Because... And we all know rappers are really specific, you know, like rappers just are specific. So I'd go back to the studio, do some more beats, send them again. And she's like, nothing on there for me, babes.
And to be fair, she's not in a position where she's desperate.
No, of course not. It's Shiesty, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, like I'm that kind of person. As long as you're not rude or mean about it, I will take that challenge. You know. So after a while, I was like, I need to make a beat that Shiesty likes.
Oh, so you specifically wanted to make a beat for her?
Yeah. So I kept making new ones and new ones, and then in the end, she's like, "Why don't I just come to the studio?"
Okay.
You know.
At this point, you hadn't met her.
I hadn't met her.
Okay.
And so she came to the studio, and we just hit it off, and she's so specific about the way she likes her beats that I really had to work really hard, and I really think she made me a better producer because it made me focus my sound. It made me, in many ways, slightly simplify the backing track so that she could write on it. And again, she's just it's a yes or a no. Do you know what I mean? There's no like, she doesn't beat around the bush. And so after a while, I kind of like figured out exactly what kind of thing she likes jumping on, you know. And we've got like so many tracks now in the vaults. We've worked on like 7-8 tracks or whatever, you know. So I feel I've gotten into her head and I've realized what type of beat she likes spitting on.
So what made, because you work predominantly with singers.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, I don't know if I can think of another rapper that you've worked with.
Only Stormzy.
Only Stormzy?
Yeah.
Which is, all right. Yeah, is that, hold on, wait a minute. I wasn't prepared for that. Right. Only Stormzy, I know, right?
But
anyway.
you know, and that was like kind of on a gospel-y acoustic track, so it's not like a rap track.
So what made you, and the fact that you specifically went after Shiesty, what is it about her that you like?
Babe, I always want to work with rappers.
Okay.
It just hasn't happened yet.
And you like to work with females.
Yeah.
So her being a dope female rapper,
yeah.
she was a target.
I just like fiery music and fiery top lines and the energy you get from a rapper, and especially because I like making that type of beat anyways, you know. So I've just always wanted to work with more rappers.
I know a number of different rappers. Can I throw 2 names at you?
Yes, go.
Lioness is doing a lot.
Yeah,
at the
Lioness
moment.
we're hitting the studio soon. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Shout out Lioness!
Can't wait.
I'll tell you a name that you don't know, and she's very, very new. She's only released 1 single. To be honest, I don't even like the single, but I know she's very good.
Why are you so honest?
But I don't.
But I'm just asking, are like all radio DJs like dishonest, or is it only
I don't know.
you?
I can only be
feel
me.
it's only like
I can only be me.
I feel it's a Lukan speciality.
I can only be myself. So I don't like the single, but I know she's sick.
Yeah. What's her name?
Mimi Monroe.
Okay, I'll follow
She only
her.
released 1 single, so you probably would never have heard of her before. She's from Croydon, I think. Check her out.
Yeah.
If you hear the single and you think, nah, whatever, believe me when I tell you she's very good. Yeah. Just the single's a bit meh. Anyway, right, so 2 names for you to look out for. But Lioness is coming in the studio. It's great.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
And what's that for?
Just for us to see what happens.
Okay. How do you get connected with Lioness?
Again, same thing. I think it was over socials. We were just like into each other's stuff. And then at one point I was like, babes, can we please hit the studio? And she's like, hell yeah. And so we've just got to kind of set the dates, you know?
It's great people. Okay, cool. So you're just, it's not for a project, it's not for anything in particular, you're just going to work together.
We're just going to see what happens, yeah.
You're not focusing on any other project because you just released one less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
Your
No,
brand new
Lukan, the funny thing is, man, I'm already thinking of the next.
Are you really?
As hard as it was putting an EP together and putting it out and all of that, and there were, as you know, there were many times where I was like totally despairing and almost quit doing it. Now that it's out, I'm like, cool, let's get
but that
get
being
on the next
said, because to us it's brand new, it's like 24 hours old, but to you...
Years.
Right, okay.
Years in the making.
So you've got... But it was completed how long ago?
Completed about 4 months ago.
Okay, so then you've had like 4 months of time or space to think about new things. So what is going to be next for you? Are you going to... Even though you haven't started working on it just yet, I don't think. Is it going to be another EP? Are you going to just release singles, an album? What is it? I
think I'm going to stick with EPs.
Yeah?
You know, because it works.
Short EPs.
It's like 4 or 5 songs is enough for me to kind of get my head around it. Like with this EP, the theme seemed to be, you know, about being yourself, liberate yourself, kind of no limits, all of that, like very like go-getter attitude. Yeah. Let's see what happens with the next one. Yeah. I want to get a few US artists involved that I'm working with anyways.
Okay. Such as?
I can't. I'll tell you when we're offline. I'll tell you when we're offline.
Okay.
Just because if I bag this one, yo.
Can I guess? If I guess, will you say yes to me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Is it a rapper or a singer?
I don't even know if you would necessarily know or care.
Female or male?
Female.
Danny Lee.
No.
Okay, that's the only name I had. I know it's gonna be.
I'll tell you when we're offline.
Okay, cool. All right. Danny Lee's one of my favorites.
Really?
By the way. Yeah, I love Danny Lee. Do you know who she is? Do you know?
No, so I'll check her out.
Amazing. Okay, so I don't know where to go. So
how much have you had to drink, babes?
No, you know what? Because
like that was a long ass pause.
I know. Because you know what? I always
come on, babe. Let's go.
I always feel the need to rush my questions, but I think, you know what? Take some time, have a think about it.
Or I'm slightly lean.
For those, no, I'm not. I'm actually not. Do you not know I'm a machine? Mm-hmm. I don't get drunk.
You show off to me about being a machine.
I'm a machine. I can't get drunk. I hit a limit, and I don't go past that. But the fact that you just said that, I now felt a little twinkle. My eye just... my eye just twinkled a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, fine. I felt it. Anyway, forget that. Rub that off the air. Right, so your EP's out right now.
Yes.
What I want to talk to you is your logo as well.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
It's amazing. It's really cool. And I can't remember the name for it, but your name is the same. It's like...
It's a palindrome.
Palindrome, that's the word I was looking for.
So it's the same forwards and backwards. Right. Hannah.
Is that the correct spelling of your name?
Yeah.
Hannah with two N's.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on, of course, man.
Oh, no, I just thought you might try to be creative with it.
No, that's my name. That's me.
Cool. All right. So
I'm getting Larry.
You use that. Yeah, I know, right? I know. You know, like 4 sips. Right. So that's your name, and you created that logo. Did you design it yourself?
No. I had.
Or did you have the idea behind the design?
I didn't have exactly that idea, but I knew.
So I like the way you done with the V as well.
So I knew I wanted to play on the fact that my name is a palindrome.
Yeah.
I'm really into symmetry. I'm German in it, so it's just like
I don't know what that means.
It just means we like straight lines and
Okay,
you know, like it's just I love symmetry.
Okay.
And so that was kind of my brief, you know, like play on the fact that my name is a palindrome and work with symmetry.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So you've done that. You got the brand new logo.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Awesome.
You brought that out just in time for the EP. Yeah. All right, so you're thinking about like...
Actually, can I tell you a little bit a story about that?
Go on.
The logo's been sitting on my laptop for like 7 years.
Oh, really?
But
7 years?
My initial, when I first signed and to Sony and all of that, everybody hated it, Lukan.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was just like... So I made this logo.
Yeah.
I thought it was wicked, loved it.
Why did they hate it?
And everybody's just like, meh, no, we don't like it, doesn't... And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I was kind of voted over, do you know what I mean?
So you didn't have a logo before?
I didn't have a logo. Until this project, I showed it to my manager, Nick, and I was like, I have this logo. And he's like, that's sick. And I was like, I know. And then it just became, thank God, you know, it was still there. I had all the files still and everything. Good. I thought so too. I don't understand why people were being such haters.
Shout out Sony being haters. So, like, let's go back to the EP.
Yes.
So the EP's out. So you got, like, No Limit is the lead single from the EP. Released yesterday, was played by who yesterday?
By DJ Target.
Yay! But who got the first radio play?
DJ Lukan!
Played it on Tuesday.
Yes.
What feedback have you got from it so far, if any? Because I know it's brand new, so I don't know if you had any feedback.
You know what? It's been more feedback about the entire project.
Okay.
And it's been really positive. People have kind of texted me with loads of like, I like this song. I specifically like this song. I like this vibe. I love when people go into details because it means that you've actually really listened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, and it's mainly been like my friends, my supporters in general, you know?
Yeah.
But it's been a really nice reaction, man, because I was, as you know, I was so nervous.
You were.
And I think whenever all artists feel like this when you drop a new project, you just don't know if anybody's going to care or not. And you know that you're not in control of that.
Facts.
You know? So you just put it out and sit there and hope that somebody's going to say something, you know? And it's been nice to have like a nice positive feedback. And now obviously we just have to build on it.
We're going to play a second track from the EP. What track did you want to play second? I
want to play Liberate Yourself featuring the amazing Misha B.
Okay, so talk to me about your relationship with Misha B and how, and when you first met Misha B.
So same thing with Misha. You know what? As bad as socials can be, they can be great for connecting artist to artist. So I think it was the same thing with Misha. I think it was also the Manchester connection because I was work with JP Cooper a lot, and so she was clocking that I was doing that, and we talked about JP Online or something like that, and then we just exchanged details, and she came to the studio. So we've been working.
You didn't say Manchester connection
because she's from Manchester.
Is she not from Brixton?
No, she was, or at least she lived in Manchester for a long time.
Okay, all right, okay.
So her and JP and all of that are kind of grew up on a similar scene, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So we started talking about
JP
that.
Cooper's from Manchester?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started talking about that. Then she came to the studio, and I'm kind of working on some of her tracks, and she jumped on this backing track. So I sent her the beat and said, babes, I'd really love you to do something. And like she wrote it. She sent me a voice note, like, I think the same day with the whole track written. I was like, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hadn't worked with her before?
Mm-mm.
Wow, okay. Liberate Yourself, featuring Misha B. This is Hannah V. She's in the building. And we're celebrating her brand new EP
Yay. Called No Limit.
After this, I don't want to hear anybody telling me how I should be and how I should live my life.
They say I'm crazy. They say I lost my mind.
Taken from the EP entitled No Limit. That is Liberate Yourself.
Featuring
Hannah V featuring
Misha B.
And Hannah V's here in the building. So we've got the lead single, which is featuring Shiesty and Pepper Rose. It's called?
Yeah. It's called No Limit.
And I want to talk to you about the video. I'm going to put you on the spot here about this video. Talk to me about the video that I want to come out.
It's a lyric video.
Is it out already?
No.
Oh, okay. Right.
So it's coming out in like 3-4 days.
Okay.
We just kind of couldn't get it together for all of us to be in the same room, basically, through different schedules. But we've got a dope ass lyric video dropping.
Okay.
In a few days, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that.
Created by who?
Created by John Young.
Okay. Big shout out to John Young. Creating the video. I'm giving him a bomb. I don't even know if the video's any good or not.
No, it's really good. It's really
Okay,
cool.
well,
It's really
Hannah
cool.
B said it's good, so
Yeah.
it's good. So, the EP's out. It's
Babes,
been
are you
played.
actually like on your Insta while you're talking to me?
I am, because I'm trying to show you this.
Can we
barbecue
please
thing.
like
Sorry.
discuss the rudeness? Just because me and Lukan are friends. You know when people
No,
are like
but
get like over familiar.
You asked me. You asked me a question. I'm trying to show you. I'll give you the answer to the question that you
Like,
asked.
is my man really on Insta while he's interviewing
I
me
am,
about my
You know
EP? The first time I'm talking about my EP. Cool.
Drink a drink. Drink down that drink. Hannah V's here looking all summery. So she, you know what? So Hannah V's here in the building showing off because she's looking all summery with her bangles on and a summer dress on.
Now you feel bad, so it's all the compliments. Okay, gotcha. So cool.
So right, so Misha B
Yes.
does another track, and you've got so many different people on the EP.
Yeah.
How do you choose who you want to work with?
I think, you know, it's like for example, my session with Lioness. Whenever that happens, you just do songs, right?
Yeah. Okay.
You just work with people you think are dope. You just do songs, and after a while, the ones that stand out, because not every single session is going to be a killer session, and a lot of times the first sessions with artists are always like taster sessions. You know, it's like the introduction. It's like, how do we work together best? What is the vibe? Does it even work?
Yeah.
And then you start building a bit of a catalog, you know?
Okay.
So the first track I did with Shiesty, I don't even remember what the first track is that I did with Shiesty, but No Limit must have been like the third, fourth, or fifth track. You know, at this point we already know each other, we're cool.
So
we're
what
chilling.
happened to the other two tracks?
They're there, and they're probably really good still, but I feel I'm the type of producer that likes growing with an artist, you know, and the more you get to know someone, the more comfortable you're in the studio, the more they trust you.
Yeah.
What was your question?
I don't even know. I wish I wrote down questions. Okay, so everyone listening, normally what happens in an interview, you have like a list of questions that you're going to ask. Mine just completely off the top of my
how
head.
do you choose your artist?
How do you choose your artist? Is it Hannah V's waving herself? She's really hot.
I feel like this is
Hannah,
not going to
drink
be posted online.
Drink up.
How do I choose my artist? So you just have a collection of songs, and after a while, it kind of naturally becomes clear which ones fit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how it was.
Okay. So were there a number of tracks that you had that you thought, this might be good for the EP, and you decided actually, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just what happens,
So
isn't it?
what happened to those tracks?
Listen, all producers have hard drives full of amazing tracks that are just sitting there. You know, it's just a weird byproduct of the job.
Is it a possibility that they might appear on the next EP?
Yeah, possibility of the next EP, or maybe the artist that's featured on them will use them for them. You know, like there's always, like stuff always comes out in some shape or other.
Yep. Okay. So, have you got a plan for the EP? How many singles or videos are you going to release for this EP?
I'd love to do at least 3.
Okay.
See how we go. You know, I'm keeping it like I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I just want to kind of see how it feels.
Yep.
Obviously, No Limit is the first one.
Yep.
But I'd love visuals for a couple more, and just see what happens, man. Just see what happens, you know.
Okay.
But I'd like to work it for like 3-4 months, really.
So you say there's 6 tracks on the EP.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat down ages ago and had to listen to this EP, and I remember saying that I remember listening to them and liked all of them apart from one track.
Yeah.
Which I now really like.
Yeah.
Is that a track that you're gonna focus on at all, or not?
I think again, I don't know yet.
Okay.
You know, because I just want to kind of
because it's so different.
It's so different.
Yeah.
I think it's an epic. So we're talking about a track called "They Don't Matter" featuring Cherry V and Mike Ellison, and it's an epic track. I mean, big strings, big horn arrangement, big everything.
Who is Mike Ellison? Well, I've never heard of him before.
Babes, Mike Ellison is a spoken word artist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was visiting the studio, visiting a friend from. He's from Detroit or wherever.
Okay.
I think Philly. Sorry. And he was just happened to walk past the studio, come and say hi with his friend, who is one of the producers in the other studios.
Okay.
Came in, heard the track. He's like, Hannah, I'm flying tomorrow, and I know you've never met me, but can I jump on this?
Really?
Babe, it was ridiculous.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, of course. And so he's like, let me go, because I was in a session. I was with a singer.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, listen, I need to finish up the
Were
session.
you with Cherry V at the time? Or?
No, I was with another singer.
Okay.
And so he's just like, let me go to my hotel, write some bars.
Mm-hmm.
And so he came back 3 hours later.
Wow.
And I was literally like, what's your last name again? Because I don't know you.
Yeah, yeah.
He laid down his verse.
Yeah.
And that was that. Isn't that ridiculous?
So I can basically just pass by your studio to tell you want to jump on the track and I can be on your EP?
Yeah, but he might not make the final cut.
Oh, right, okay.
If it was crap, I wouldn't have used it.
Okay.
I would have been like, great, babes.
Yeah, okay.
Ignore, you know.
Fair enough. Okay, so Mike Ellison's the name, all the way from Detroit, USA.
Yeah.
Cool, I'll look
or
out
Philly, somewhere in the States.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So he made it. So you know what? It's all about taking chances then. So message to everyone who's listening out who might be a artist, you know, just take a chance. You never know.
Yeah. And I think that's the beauty of music. Like, you can try, and it's like you said, you're asking, like, what's next? You just don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to walk through the studio? What's, you know, and that's the beauty of it. And those are kind of the moments we live for, you know?
Cool. So the whole EP is mixed by
Cores.
Okay, shout out to Cores who had a what did he have?
I'm so sorry. That's my brother. Should I pick up or not?
Yeah, pick it up.
Sammy, you're live on air.
But they can't hear him. Hold him to the speaker. Oh, to the mic.
Hi, Sammy. You're live on air. Sag nochmal. Ist unten. Du musst unten fragen.
They're speaking in German.
Say what up, everyone.
Yo, what's up? Am I live on there?
Yeah.
Big up, Sam. Sam, shout yourself out.
No, leave it out now. Get the EP, copy that. iTunes, Spotify, everything. Do us a favor and do us a favor, man.
That's it.
Tell him you should know better than calling you while you're live on air.
I know. And yeah, don't call me live on air next time. I'll call you back in a second.
That's Hannah's brother, Sam. So talk about Sam. So what does Sam do? Sam's involved
So
in music
Sam
as well.
is, wow, he does so many things, man. It's kind of ridiculous. So Sam and Joe, my brother and sister, run a company called MVP Workshops.
Mm-hmm.
They provide creative education training for mainly at-risk youth.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is also a mix engineer.
Mm-hmm.
My brother also manages an amazing artist called Culprit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like he does everything. He's like a proper entrepreneur.
Cool. Okay. But let's talk about Cause. He
Yes.
had a semi-party or such or so. For what was it?
So Cores is an amazing producer, mix engineer, writer, rapper, and Cores was actually
is he still rapping?
The whole album is him rapping.
The first I knew about this album. The reason why I'm bringing this up because I'm pretty sure he might be listening, and I want him to feel bad about not inviting me to his little party. That's the only reason I'm bringing him up. Okay, let's talk about Cause.
Yeah, he should have invited you to his party. To be fair.
He should have.
Yeah.
But go on, talk about Cause.
So when my intro into the production world was kind of a bit, it was unusual. I was a session musician. All of a sudden, I got signed to Sony as a producer and a producer artist. And even though I was a producer, I'd never commercially produced, you know?
Okay.
So for the first year, Cores literally co-produced everything with me. Cores was Professor Green's producer and executive producer, and basically just that's what he did, you know what I mean? So he showed me the ropes in terms of major label releases and what's expected, what to do, how to do sessions, all of that. And after a year or so of working with him, I was ready to go go by myself. But he, of course, still mixes all of my records.
Cool. If you want to know, find out more about Cause, Cause was in the studio with me sometime last year. There is a video online that you can watch. And if you don't want to find out more about Cause, but you just want to see him completely demolish and obliterate the classic from Adele,
yeah,
right?
That was horrendous.
But you know what? Actually, that's a good point because we might
No.
just get Okay, right. I've been told no before I even asked the question. Hannah, come on.
No way.
Why not?
Because first of all, I'm not a singer, I'm a producer.
We
I
know
don't
this
like
already.
doing all of this stuff. Like, I don't like being in the center of attention, all of that. I'm not into it, man.
We all
Just
know-
leave me alone in the background with my drink.
We all know this, but Hannah,
No.
are you going to take on the karaoke challenge?
Absolutely. This is me cursing, but not. Don't care. Don't care.
The fans have spoken.
Don't care, bro. No.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
okay.
guys.
Okay. Right, so we are going to play one more
Yeah.
track from you, but I want to ask you about like Glastonbury and stuff because you asked me about Glastonbury and did I watch it. What's your opinion of Glastonbury now after watching like Stormzy? Did you see Alex as well, by the way?
Yeah.
What do you think about what you saw with Alex and Stormzy and all the rest of it? What's your opinion?
So, the Stormzy show, for me, it was emotional on so many different levels because there's so many personal connections.
Yeah.
Stormzy's musical director is this ridiculous dude called Kojo Samuels, who I worked with and for many years. He was my MD on Jessie J, on Tayo Cruz, on Jay Sean, on Sugar Babes, and he's a very good friend.
Yeah.
So, to see someone's vision, Kojo's vision, come alive was ridiculous. The band are all kind of friends there, and they're young, man. They're youngers, you know.
Yeah.
They're like
It was a really good production, actually. Yeah.
they're around. So the band are around 20 years old or whatever, and we were all of us musicians that have kind of been there, done that. We were so moved by these younguns killing it, you know. So we were kind of all the kind of us olders in terms of musicians, session musicians. We're kind of on the phone to each other, just thinking, this is ridiculous, man. Like, what in many ways, like, we've paved the way for the last 10 years or whatever, and now these young ones come and they can just slam it and sound ridiculous on Glastonbury Pyramid stage. It was so emotional. It was so emotional for me, you know.
And there was two very, very poignant moments.
Go on. What were your favorite moments?
Well, I like the whole thing, but there's one where Stormzy took the time and effort to name as many people as he could. Because normally you would say shout out to all the people from before, and that's enough. That is enough to show that you do show respect to them. But he actually took the time to name names.
It's beautiful.
But the bad thing in doing that, and he took a chance because in naming names, you're gonna forget somebody.
Yeah.
And so he took that chance. So apparently he named like 66 names or something like that.
It was ridiculous. It's crazy.
So, like, but he took it on and said, you know what, I'm going to do it regardless. I want people to know these names, that it's important.
Yeah.
And I respect that. And also when Dave took to the stage
Oh, that was beautiful. Yeah.
with Stormzy and said, you know, it's because of you.
Yeah.
And it is, because every single person who enters into the industry opens the door just a little inch more.
Of course.
So you've got like Ultimate Chaos to open it a little bit more for
Yeah.
Damage, who opened it up a little bit more for JLS, who opened it up, and it opens up just a little bit more each time.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely right, and Stormzy is killing it. And what I liked about Stormzy's performance is it was unapologetically Stormzy.
Yeah.
He didn't try and tone it down for Glastonbury.
Yeah.
He didn't try and tone it down for the government. He didn't try and tone it down at all.
Yeah.
He said, I'm Stormzy, you've hired Stormzy, you're going to get Stormzy.
Yeah.
And it was great.
And I agree. And I was really happy, like, from a musician point of view, that it wasn't just a full band set. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, would you feel pressured? It's Glastonbury, I need to do everything with everyone on stage. And for Stormzy to just be like, nope, it's me and my dude, my DJ. We're just going to do our thing the way we always do it.
Facts.
And the band are like these beautiful special moments, and the choir are these special moments. But you still get the raw side of me. It was just, listen, man, I was watching it with my sister, and straight up, I was in tears. It was amazing.
But back onto you, because we need to go into the ads real soon. The EP's out. Where can people get hold of the EP?
You can get a hold of it. You can stream it on Spotify. I buy it on iTunes and all other streaming services.
What is Hannah V doing at the moment? Is she available to be seen anywhere?
As in gigs?
Gigs?
No.
No?
So
You don't really do gigs, do you? You're just a
not
producer.
really. Again, I do my little jazz gigs like today.
Yeah.
I'm going to play with a singer friend of mine. And But these are kind of, I don't advertise these because these are almost more for me to keep my chops going, to keep my technique going, and to keep playing, you know?
Got you. Okay.
But no, follow me on all my socials. I post a lot about my EP, about my productions, everything.
Socials are?
Instagram, Hannah V Official, Facebook the same, and Twitter, Hannah V.
And what are we doing before we go into the last track from the EP? What are we doing to celebrate this EP, Hannah V?
Well, we're getting daytime
No,
drunk.
Hannah V, what are we doing to celebrate this EP?
Okay, we're gonna do a listening party. Yes, Lukan?
Yeah! Are we really? Because you now
Should we?
What do you mean, should we? Yes, we should.
I just feel, like I always say to you, I always get scared of throwing parties in case nobody comes.
Well, you got scared of launching the EP and then you said to me, oh, I don't know, like, it's been great.
So we'll do a little celebration, at some point just in the studio.
When?
Let's say in 2-3 weeks. Is that cool?
So
Invite some people.
Before August. I'm even going to give you 4 weeks before August.
Okay, let's do it.
Then you said 2 weeks. I gave you 4 and you sighed.
Yeah, because I totally don't mean it.
Before August.
Listen, I can be honest with you. But, hold on, before we leave, can I just say one thing?
Yep.
I played Lukan, the EP, about 3-4 months ago.
Right.
Because I was basically freaking out, remember?
It wasn't that long ago. It was about 2 months ago.
No, it was before I'd finalized everything. And I
Okay,
was
cool.
freaking out.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't even know if this is good enough. Can you
Yeah.
please listen to it?
Yeah.
And you came to the studio and
Yeah.
you were like, it's fine, Hannah, just
Yeah.
put it out. So
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for doing that. Because that was like the moment where I was just like, listen, let me just not get in my head and just put it out.
Yeah.
So I
Okay. So we're
appreciate
going to
that.
have an EP listening party.
Yes.
Even though the EP's out, so you should have done it before. But it's
Yes.
fine. We can do things in reverse. It's okay.
Yeah.
There's no rules.
Hmm. And we're going to do a remix competition further down
We're
the
gonna
line.
do that?
Yeah, I really want to do that.
Before we go into the ads, so talk about these remix competitions because we've done it before. So
Yeah.
let people know who might be a budding producer.
Yeah.
What the concept is.
So I haven't decided which single to do yet, but what I do is I throw remix competitions where I provide the stems of the singers, and then you all do whatever remix you want to do. And the prizes to win, I've usually got quite a nice prize package because I'm endorsed by Native Instruments, by
So
Yamaha.
last time, what was it? Just to
So
give an example.
last time I think it was a Machina from Native Instruments. It was a little keyboard from Yamaha. It was an interface from Focusrite. It was some plugins from Rob Papin. So it was a dope, really cool package,
massive, yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Like really cool.
massive.
So definitely want to do something like that. And I usually have about 10 people on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
We listen to the top 10, 15 remixes, and Lukan,
How many times have you done it so far?
I've done it twice. Go on, I know what you're going to say.
So you had 2 opportunities to, for people to win. Everyone picks their winner and picks what the best
Yeah.
track is. Has there been anybody that stood out as the person who picks the best track
Kissing
every
my
single
teeth,
time?
KMT.
I
It
do wanna
was
know
you,
that. I've
Lukan. You, Lukan.
Was it
To be
me?
fair,
I
'cause-
didn't realise, sorry.
But to be fair, you listen to music differently because I usually have producers and musicians in the room, and you're the only DJ, and it's very interesting because you always pick the winning remixes.
So I have the ears.
You do have the ear,
I have
so
the
you
ear.
have to be there.
Shout out me. All right, we're going to go into the last track of the 6th track
Yes.
EP. We're playing 3. This is the last track we were going to play today.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of this track and who's on it?
So this track is called No. It features Pepper Rose, and it's just one of my favorite productions and tracks ever, man.
And you introduced me to Pepper Rose. Talk to me about how you got to meet Pepper Rose and your relationship with her.
How did we initially meet? I think Pepper's manager just hit me up on socials or on my email, find me something. This is the kind of thing, I get that a lot. You know, I get a lot of like emails, listen to this track and whatever.
Yeah.
And I always try and listen to everything, you know. But a lot of times you're just like, meh, whatever. But when I got this link and I was listening to Pepper, I was like, yo, there's something here, you know. And so I was like, yeah, defo, to her manager at that point. I was like, yeah, send her into the studio. We met, we came to the studio, we hit it off, and we've been working together for the last 2.5 years or so.
Wicked. No by Hannah V featuring Pepper Rose from the EP entitled No Limit, available now. Thank you very much, Hannah V.
Thanks for having me.
Lips, don't wanna kiss teeth.